global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. The tension in Labour Party is taking a different dimension. Apparently there seems to be a move right now to see how they could arrest or question Peter Obi and Alex Otti over their move to restore peace in Labour Party. Let's dive into the news to find out exactly what they have in stock for Alex Otti and Peter Obi ahead of the 2027 election. Now, according to the news, they said the attention of the leadership of the Labour Party National Working Committee under the National Chairman Barrister Julius Abure and National Secretary Alhaji Farouk Umar Ibrahim has been drawn to a purported unconstitutional, illegal clandestine Labour Party extended stakeholders National Executive Council NEC meeting of Labour Party convened and signed by Mr. Peter Obi as National Chairman and Governor Alex Otti as National Secretary. Now, according to the press statement signed by Dr. Arambabi, National Publicity Secretary, on the 31st of August 2024, Labour Party is therefore calling on the Inspector General of Police to launch a massive investigation against the duo of Mr. Peter Obi and Governor Alex Otti for their unconstitutional involvement in criminal impersonation of the office of the Labour Party National Chairman and the National Secretary despite their long political standings and education. The Labour Party took cognitive knowledge of Section 484 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria, which defines impersonation as any person who, with intent to defraud any person, falsely represents himself to be some other person, living or dead, is guilty of a felony and is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. Now, Labour Party therefore, or thereby as a matter of urgency, urges the duo of Mr. Peter Obi and Governor Alex Otti to always get themselves acquainted with the constitution of our party before taking decisions that is not only ultra-virus, irresponsible, unconstitutional, but absolutely unpardonable and a national disgrace. It now said, number 1, Article 14, subsection 1A1B1C of Labour Party Constitution clearly states the constitutional functions of the National Chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, as follows. 1A, shall give leadership to the party and preside over all meetings of National Convention, National Executive Council, and National Working Committee of the party. 1B, shall be the accounting officer of the party and shall promote and defend the name, policies and programs of the party. 1C, shall direct the due execution of the programs of the party and shall have powers to delegate his duties, give lawful directives to all officers, agencies, officials, and members of all levels of the party. 6, the same Labour Party Constitution in Article 14, 4A, 4B, and subsection 4C describes the power vested in the National Secretary of our great party, Alhaji Farouk Umar Ibrahim, as follows. 4A, that shall supervise the day-to-day activities of party of the National Secretariat and shall be the principal administrative officer of the party in consultation with the National Chairman. 4B, shall cause to be issued notices of meetings of the National Convention, National Executive Council, the National Working Committee in consultation with and approval of the National Chairman. 4C, shall cause to be kept all records and books of proceedings of the National Convention, National Executive Council meeting. And 7, lastly, it is expedient from the above section of our party constitution that Mr. Peter Obi and Governor Alex Otti are impersonators, that is, impersonating the National Chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, and National Secretary Alhaji Farouk Umar Ibrahim, with the intent to falsely represent them and attempt to commit fraud. Number 8, Labour Party hereby issues a 72 hours ultimatum to the duo of Mr. Peter Obi and Governor Alex Otti to immediately put the unconstitutional meeting on hold, else our party shall immediately write a formal petition to the Inspector General of Police and the Director General of the Department of State Services DSS for fraud, impersonation, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace in Nigeria. You are hereby directed to comply with these lawful warnings and directive. All of this is coming from, I'm wondering, the same Peter Obi and Alex Otti. My colleague is in the house. And to think that they are now saying that Peter Obi and Alex Otti wants to commit fraud, and they're asking the DSS and the security personnel to dive in now and investigate them simply because they want to wade into the case. What's your take on all this?
No, Arambabi is not even a loner in this. Even the person of Callistus Okafor. Don't forget that Callistus Okafor, despite the fact that there was a court order preventing him from, filing himself as the president or chairman, national chairman of the Labour Party, he's still parading himself as such. He had also had a press conference in respect to this, and he said he was going to charge Peter Obi and Alex Otti for trying to take over his position as the national chairman of the party.
Wow.
So you now realize that there are different factions in LP. But be that as it may, it's important for us to note that what Peter Obi and Alex Otti is calling for is a kind of reconciliatory meeting. I think that Peter Obi should try not to call it a National Executive Council meeting, except it is provided for in the Constitution that the national leader can do such, because whatever you do, despite the fact that these guys are considered to be fraudulently occupying that position, you must still be careful. Don't forget that they have carried out their Congress, though that Congress has been nationally rejected by so many people. Now, even as I think a few days ago also, we had an issue in Anambra State. They were trying to hold Congress in Anambra State. The whole thing tore apart. Everybody were running helter-skelter. In Anambra State alone, we have almost 3 factions in Anambra State over the same issue of Labour Party, and they were busy dragging themselves to a point that the Commissioner of Police had to wade into the case. He came in and prevented them. I mean, different factions, people were talking different. So already I'm seeing that the future of Labour Party is bleak. If Peter Obi is wise enough, he should think of starting up a party as early as possible, because Labour Party in itself, we have so many persons there who are not ready to reconcile, not ready in the sense that until it works in my favor, it can never stand. And that's what we're going to be seeing more and more. From all indication, there is no way Labour Party can continue.
Don't you think that Peter will be forming another party now? They will see it as an Igbo party.
Yes. Now, we have to understand this. And one of the things we have to understand is Peter will be obedient from different geopolitical zones in Nigeria. You can't say that it's just from one part. Now, when you form that party, there must be a constitution regulating the party. One of it is that if someone is going for the position of leadership, that someone is going, that's an Igbo person is going for presidency, then the national chairman must be from the north. You understand? Those are the things that you can use and get it fixed once and for all, because he needs to start now. Let people understand. We have long lists of people who are waiting to see Peter Obi, kickstart something like that for them to be in the front, and that's just the reality for me.
Is this safe to say that Abure, Arambabi, and the likes of Papa may actually have been working hand in hand together before now? Because apparently Arambabi all of a sudden realized that Abure's position has been undermined. What's your take?
Well, they had reconciled at one point. They had reconciled. I think Arambabi was brought in again. Whatever issues they had, at one point they integrated and they settled for different positions. And I know a lot of things must have passed behind the back and all of that. So all of them, Arambabi had reconciled with Abure. Right now, both of them after the elections and all of that, they have reconciled. I don't know about Apapa, but at that point, Apapa was like, it's cool for them to continue running the show, that they have reconciled. So right now, they're looking at the likes of Peter Obi, Otti as men who have gotten a hold of the party string, that they're trying to kick them out. Don't forget that up till today, as we are talking, most people are of the opinion that that meeting that held was fraudulently done. If you even go to the different chapter chairman or go to different wards, different states, they still believe that Abure is not their leader, because how he got there the second time was not the ideal way. So that's just the situation right now.
Alright, that's go wrap it up. Let's put in our comment section what's your take. This is getting very dicey. I just hope that Peter Obi is looking at the bigger picture. Same to with Alex. 2027 just about the corner. If they don't get it right, they may likely lose.
Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze.